Good afternoon, everyone. Just a little note today. I know that people will be signing in. So just a little note today, what we're going to speak about today is we're going to speak about the power of faith, and the power of letting go of fear. So I'm going to talk a little bit about faith and how faith has a strong connection to how it actually works with the vibration of mediumship, being psychic, of being connected to mediumship. So I want to really talk about how that works, of understanding how the vibration with mediumship works through faith. When doing spiritual work, when doing spiritual mediumship or spiritual connection to a higher sense of consciousness, we have to really realize that everything within our vibration, within our preview of where we are, is where our belief system is where our faith is, and our connection to the readings, our connection to the spiritual world, our connection to our vibration of who we are. So I really have to really connect in that true understanding of what that is. See, I truly believe that I'm connected to the spirit world. I connect to spirit. I have this connection. I can feel them. I can sense them. I can see them. So this whole connection of not really having faith that I'm connected, but also through the work of working with spirit or working or connecting to spirit allows you to be that vibration within your life. Because when I connect to spirit, I am in this vibration. And I'm going to try to explain how that works, because when I'm in the mode, when I'm in that vibration, when I'm connected to spirit, I'm moving in like a river. I almost call it like a river of energy, a river of connection. And you can feel it through your body. You can feel it through your vibration that you are traveling with spirit. And through breath work, through working with my guides, my higher protectors, working with my higher self, I can keep myself in that vibration, connected to that connection of vibration. So I travel in that mode. And now I stop breathing or something happens, it can pull me out of it. But when you're there, it's that feeling you get. And I always tell people when I teach mediumship, is when you're working with mediumship, is when you're working with people and they go, oh, you're right, oh, you're exactly right, what's going on? How do you feel? What's going on with your vibration when you're in that vibration? Because that gives you that belief, that faith that you're traveling in the right direction. So it has a lot to do with mediumship, because you have to have faith to do this. Because if we didn't have any faith that anybody was alive on the other side and none of that mattered to us, we wouldn't really be doing a reading or a connection to spirit in that vibration. Because if we put all this connection and an understanding, we have to really realize that having that belief in faith, that belief in that connection of faith in our lives through mediumship, through connecting to mediumship, connecting to that higher sense of consciousness. So it's that belief in faith, or that power of faith when we do our mediumship, that I'm on the right track, or I'm in the right direction, or I'm traveling in the right vibration. So you're really trying to look at that situation within your vibration. But it's the letting go of fear. And fear is this connection of not really connecting to spirit, being fearful of what's out there, being fearful of that you're not going to give a good reading, being fearful of these situations around you. And through mediumship, through the years that I've been doing mediumship, it's like people would tell me, oh my God, you don't really want to do that. Oh my, you're going to get this and you're going to have that. You're going to have attachments. You're going to have things around you. You're going to have to protect yourself. You're going to have to smudge, and you're going to have to do sea salt, and you're going off in directions that really don't really work for you. So the fear of the vibration was actually put into that situation. The fear of connecting to that, the fear of connecting to that situation. So when we have the fear of not being able to connect to spirit, that fear of not being able to connect, we have to allow that to go. We let that go. That's the vibration. And that's really through practice. It's through working with your mediumship, connecting to your mediumship and working with that. Because it's through practice. And understanding that your vibration is different than anybody else's. And somebody else could work for mediumship and they work a whole different way than you do. It isn't the way that you work, it's the what you believe is how you work as you're going to progress. So it's what you believe in your work. It's not how you work. How you work. You work the way that fits the best for you. It's what you believe. Because if you believe that you're connecting to spirit, if you believe that what you're doing is extremely powerful for you, that belief system, that faith in what you're doing, that power of faith in what you're doing is going to carry you. It's going to carry within the vibration. And it's going to help you let go of fear, letting go of that vibration of fear in the situation. My mother used to sit in her room and she used to meditate. And I used to keep a light on because back in the day, back in the 60s, back in the early 50s, people would actually sit there. People would sit and they would have a silver cord. And they were afraid that somebody in the spirit world was going to cut that silver cord. They were going to cut that situation, the vibration. So my mother would keep a light on in her room just so she could get back to her body. But nobody really on the spirit side of life was going to cut the cord. They're not going to cut your cord and keep you there. So that was more of a connection of feeding a little bit of fear into the situation of when you do mediumship. And also with mediumship, also with either doing channeling, mediumship, psychic readings, doesn't matter what kind you do, what kind of vibration you do. The question is spirit will have this whole connection of people telling you, oh my God, you're going to be in a part of the spirit world that there's going to be attachments. There's going to be lower energies attacking to you, and they're going to attract and they're going to put their vibration in your auric field. That doesn't really work that way. It doesn't work that way with mediumship. What happens with mediumship, it's where your personal energy is, yours. Not where spirit's personal energy is, because they're going to stay where they are. It's where your personal energy is and what you're personally looking for when you venture to the other side to speak to spirit. If you want to deal with the lower energies and the lower vibrations and the earthbound spheres that haven't really made that idea of transposing the earth plane and are living very close to the earth plane, then you might be in that energy, that vibration, if that's where you want to venture. But if your energy is higher, and when we believe in mediumship, you got to we believe that we're attached to higher spirits. There are higher spirits. There's higher entities of spirit that attach higher. They're in a higher vibration, higher connection. So that higher connection of spirit is not going to be anywhere near where the lower energies are, the lower vibrations, the other energy. It's not going to be there. So it's not going to be in that situation. So as long as you don't put yourself in that situation or move in that direction, then you should be pretty safe on the spirit side of life. Now, you can protect yourself, and I always tell people when they go to the spirit side of life, say some kind of prayer. It doesn't matter what it is. You can say a prayer. You can say a vibration, whatever you feel is best for you, whatever connects to your center situation, what connects to your vibration. So find out what's better to your vibration when you connect to spirit. What fits the vibration for you? What makes that connection to you? That's what you have to look at. What makes that connection to you? Not me telling you as a teacher saying, got to make this connection. That's the connection you need to make. Everybody's wired differently, so your connection could be different. It could be a different vibration or a different connection to spirit. So find out where your connection is. And that's through meditation. That's through connecting to your higher sense of consciousness. When I teach mediumship, I teach about guides and protectors and guides. But I want you to really try to get quiet within your being, and allow yourself to speak to your higher self, you. You can converse with your guides and talk to your guides, but have that personal conversation with your higher self. What do you feel with your higher self when you're in deep meditation? Not what you feel with your guides, but with your higher self. Are you on that venture, on that path within your life to get you to where you need to be? So allow yourself to find your connection, which in turn will allow your guide to know exactly what direction you're looking for. If you want to go to some haunted forest or some haunted house or some murder scene and carry yourself an old Ouija board with you, and you want to attract some dead spirits that are in that house, God bless you. Now you've placed yourself in that situation. Now if you attract something or propel something within your auric field, it was not spirit waiting there for you. It was you going into the den of the tiger. So where you place yourself, where you place your vibration, where you connect to, where you place that situation of energy. Faith is a connection of faith in yourself, faith in your higher self, that you're on the right path, faith in your upbringing for where you are. Not all of us were born spiritualists and into the realm of mediumship and intuitiveness. A lot of us were born into either very Catholic or very Christian or very Protestant or very connected into a very religious family, or maybe no religion at all. And that affected our lives when we were children. It affected us. Whether we didn't like the religion or not, it still affected our belief system of how our parents believed and how people believed in our vibration. So we still carry that. Carry it like a necklace around our neck of who we are, parts of who we are, because we still have that vibration. I tease people because I tell people that spiritualists are just nothing but a bunch of Reformed Catholics. We still have that religion. We still have the Methodist, the Quakerism, the Buddhism, the mediumship, the Methodist. All these other religions play some kind of part in the spiritualism. And every religion everybody comes into every religion, whether I'm very much of a Catholic and I decide to be a Protestant. I'm still going to bring my Catholic beliefs. I'm going to still bring some of that vibration into my new Protestant church, because now that is what I believe. So the question is you have to sort through your beliefs, what you have faith in. What do you have faith in? Does it work for you? Does it fit the vibration for you? Does it connect to your higher sense of consciousness? Does it? And if it doesn't, see, we outgrow some things in our lives. We outgrow them. We outgrow our religion. We outgrow situations in life as we progress down the path. Now, as you progress down the path, do you need some of this stuff with you anymore? Do you need to carry it with you? Sure, it's part of your faith, it's part of your upbringing, it's part of you. But sometimes we have to reorganize the shelves. We have to resort. We have to propel things in motion in our lives to get us to another vibration. And we need to accept from our guides when we need to bring something new into our lives. And that's really through repetition within your vibration. Guides will show you if there's something vibration within your life to get you to where you need to be. But it's that higher sense of faith on your journey. Not because I have to give you faith as a teacher, not because I have to instill that into your vibration. Because remember, your faith, your belief in your system is like a staircase. There's different stairs, there's different vibrations, there's different ways to get to the top of where you are. Now, your staircase can look a lot different than anybody else's, but they're still going to manage all these stairs. And how many stairs, and how high is it, and how's it designed, is the way you've designed it throughout your life. And all I get to do is try to help you understand that your faith, your vibration, your life, is where you feel it should be. Not where I'm going to place it, not where I'm going to put this vibration for you. It's where you place it. So listen to yourself when you're working with your mediumship. What do you believe in? Get that down first. Get that down in the vibration first. Because not like we're going to attract all the highest spirits in our lives every time we deal with spirits. Sometimes people bring a little bit of crazy in the room with them, so we have to deal with that. There's spirit that follows people. There's connections to spirit. And sometimes we have to deal with spirit that has connected to the individual or is part of that individual's family tree. I always hear it in my wife's family sometimes is when after we got married, there were some people in my wife's family, probably I didn't really want to pull in the driveway. And there's probably some people in my family my wife didn't want to pull in the driveway. It didn't quite match her. It didn't quite match me. So the question is sometimes we propel people, situations in our life, really don't match us, don't match our belief system, our vibration, but we think we should be there. So it's through situations within our lives, it takes us to that center, that vibration of belief within our system, or that faith. So figure out what your faith is. What is your faith? Are you a spiritualist? Are you a Catholic? Are you a Protestant? Are you a Methodist? Or you don't have any religion at all? You're just spiritual. You're just spiritual being. So it's up to you. It's what you believe in with the vibration. But remember, you can be a spiritual being, but being a spiritual being, you're still carrying the other luggage with you, some way, some fashion. I had a lady one time that she had this very large crucifix. She's a spiritual being, truly large crucifix, because that's what her mother wore, because she was Catholic. She used to wash her hands in holy water to protect her from the evil energy, from the evil eye. Different things she learned when she was a kid, she brought it into her mediumship. She had to light a certain color candle to do readings, because that warded off evil energy. So we have these belief systems that work for us. Now, I probably wouldn't light a candle to ward off evil energy, but that was her way of doing it, her way of connecting to a higher sense of consciousness. But when I teach you mediumship, remember, it's what you propel into the vibration. It's not what I do. You. And remember, you're going to raise your vibration to where you need to be. So it's where your thoughts, where your vibration is, where your understanding is, it's where it's going to take you when you get to the other side of life. When you start talking to spirit, it's going to raise you to that level. Somebody on this lower level will probably not be able to talk to you. They won't. But they'll have somebody at the higher level be able to be an intermediary with that individual to allow them to speak to them, and then they speak to you. Doesn't mean you have to lower your energy to speak to somebody that doesn't have that higher connection of energy. You don't. What will happen is one of your guides, one of the people that are extremely protected from the other side, will speak to them, and they will convey the message to you, as we have in our lives message bearers. So now we have to deal with fear. And fear is this whole connection of mediumship, or connecting to your vibration. Is we can get into meditations and the fear of not being able to meditate, fear of not getting the information, fear of not doing this, fear of that, fear of this, fear of something attaching to you, fear of this. We can go on with fear. We can go on with this whole vibration. Is how are you personally going to connect to this situation within your life? You have to really realize that everything within our lives is this connection to this sense of consciousness, this sense of vibration. So, what are you afraid of when you do mediumship? Talk to your guides with that. Talk to your guides. Allow them to help you with that vibration. See, if you have all this fear, all this connection of fear within your life, it just always has this connection of you never really get in your mediumship where you personally need to be. If you're getting information in a reading, and especially if you're in a class and you're in a vibration of a class, then what you really want to do is you want to say what you get. And don't be afraid that somebody's going to look at you and go, okay, that's not right. That's just what it is. But you're learning, you're teaching yourself to step out without fear. Just give the information and allow it to happen. Give the information and allow it to happen. But that's what you're doing with the classes. That's why people take classes. That's why people work with classes. That's why people work with them, is to give the information and allow the information to be there. But try to do as much positive information as you can. Positive. Because there's different ways of saying different things in people's vibration. You don't just come out and look at somebody and say, well, you'll be dead soon. Oh my God, I just feel that you're so sick and you should be dead soon. That's not a way to pretty much get a point across to somebody. Because when you do readings, when you connect to a higher sense of consciousness, you got to remember that when you tell somebody something, and let's say it's a little bit negative, it's a little bit not where it should be. That person, I don't care if you give the best message in your whole life, that everything is just perfect. The whole message is just perfect. The only thing in that reading that person will remember is that negative thing you said at the beginning of it. So what you do is you tell the story, you connect to the vibration, tell a story, tie up loose ends, tell a story, the vibration. So, but you're letting yourself jump out there. Allow yourself to move in that direction. I feel like when we have people say, well, people have fears about what they have on their desk, what they do. I have friends of mine that do mediumship work, and they got to bring certain things with them. They got to bring the special stone with them, the special tablecloth for their table, the special thing with them, so that they can bring that. But it isn't really a protection situation. It's really never a protection situation in what you're bringing for you, especially if you use something to do readings with quite often. What you're doing is you're bringing the psychometry with you, the energy with you, the energy of that vibration. If you've got a tablecloth and you use that tablecloth in every single reading, every single vibration, every single thing you did away from your home, you had that tablecloth on the table. It is not a thing of being fearful of it, of fearful of not having it. It is that psychometry of having that energy in the space so that you can connect to spirit. I know that with Christopher Timms, when he does his eternal teachings at the beginning of his speaking, whether it's a class, whether it's a workshop, whatever he's teaching, he'll do the eternal teachings right before he starts. That is a thing he's done for so many years. That produces an energy field, an energy vibration, as he says it. Because as he produces that in the vibration, it connects an energy field. So when you're doing mediumship, find something that sets the energy for you. The spoken word. The spoken word is essential when you're doing mediumship. So tell your guide something. Ask for blessings. Ask for whatever you feel that's what you need. Ask for that. Ask for that situation. Put that in motion. Do that. Because you want to keep setting the energy, like Christopher does the eternal teachings. Say something just before you do your reading. Say something right before you do it. You can say it in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to do that. But you can say something that just continually sets in the vibration. When I do readings out of an old psychic book called Psychic Healing, it was an old psychic healing book many years ago I read. And the psychic healing book had this thing in it. It says, I am soul, I am light divine, I am love, I am will, I am fixed design. I like that. I've always liked that. And every time I do readings or I connect to a higher sense of consciousness, I will repeat that in my head. I am soul, I am light divine, I am love, I am will, I am fixed design. So I say. But that energy propels itself within my vibration because I say it every time I do readings. I say that before I do readings. I put that energy into the spirit world. I do affirmations about my mediumship. I do affirmations to change anything in my vibration or in my auric field that I'm fearful of, to allow it to come to the surface, to allow me to clear it, clean it, and remove it. So I'm always trying to clean, regroup, rebalance. That's what you're doing through your mediumship. You're progressing down the path. You might be in your first grade and you're teaching, you're learning mediumship, and you move to your second, third grade, fourth grade, and you're moving right along with your mediumship. But during that time of learning, 1, 2, 3, 4th, during that time of learning, you haven't cleared some of the old stuff you no longer need. You no longer need it. It's there, but you no longer need it. So that's why you ask your guides and you explain to them that if there's something you don't need, something you haven't, that you don't need to put in motion, please show it to you. So you can clear it. You can regroup. You can rebalance from it. People get stuck in their mediumship not because they're stuck, not because they're not moving forward. The question is they've encircled themselves with boxes. They don't have a place to go. They're stuck there. They're stuck in that level, that vibration. They're not moving forward or backwards. They're just stuck in that level. So they never move past the level, never move past that vibration in their life. So you always want to try to clear the boxes or clear the path as you move forward. Only take things on from people when you learn mediumship or you connect to your higher self that fit the vibration for you. If I say something to you and you go, whew, didn't like that, don't like that for my vibration, then don't do that. Don't put it in motion. Just because a teacher tells you that you should throw a rock over your right shoulder before you do readings doesn't mean you need to throw a rock over your right shoulder before you do readings. You propel in your life what fits the vibration for you, what connects to the vibration for you. And you really don't want to scare people when you do your prayer or your little situation. I've had people do readings over the years that they have some kind of prayer and it's a little scary prayer. It kind of scares the people to death that are sitting in the audience. And that's the whole thing. You have to make sure that if it's a prayer that will people take it right? Or you should keep it in your head and just repeat it to yourself for the vibration. Remember that. Remember that vibration is how you react. Well, I taught platform class, people doing platform readings. The question with platform readings is you get in the mode, you get in that river of the river of spirit. So you're floating in that mode. So you really don't understand what you're doing. So I used to film people doing readings when my class, so they could see what they were doing, how they were reacting, and how people in the audience saw them. So that connected a lot with people, because once you say you don't like it, your guides will stop doing it for you. They'll stop it. But you have to explain to them you don't like it, because they think that if you don't say something to them, you must like the way they're producing the messages or bringing the messages across. You're always looking at what you're putting in motion, how you speak to spirit, how you propel yourself to spirit. You don't want to keep doing a bunch of ands and ahs and this and that, and you keep saying the same word, the very same vibration, the same sentence, the same vibration over and over and over again. People will just tone you out, especially if you're doing public work. Public work is different than personal work or private work. Public work, you have to get rid of two types of fears. Fear of speaking in front of people, so fear of being up there, fear of not being nervous when you're up there, and the fear of actually trying to connect to spirit, so people are just staring at you, because in a reading in person, you've got one person looking at you. A reading in a platform in a class, you've got a lot of people looking at you. So you have to get rid of, there's different types of fear in that situation, different types of situations that are going on. So allow yourself to get rid of fear. Allow it to but that's just through training yourself. Training yourself in the vibration. Because as you speak, as you work with spirit, you produce that psychometry within your vibration. The psychometry. And psychometry is that energy field that you produce in your auric field. It's what you place in it. Think of your vibration walking on a path, dropping things on the ground, and tilling the soil. Now, it's what you put in the soil that's going to make the plant grow. It's what's going to make the vibration grow. It's what you're placing in that sand around you. So, if you're placing fear, all kinds of other things in that soil, the plant is not going to grow to where it needs to be. So you want to start planning situations within that soil, and that's through meditation. It's through affirmations. It's through connecting to a higher sense of consciousness. That's what it is. It connects to that higher sense of vibration within your life. So you really have to really ask yourself, what do I personally need in my life? What do I need? Not, see, people when they do mediumship think, oh my God, I'm being selfish. It's not really what I need. It's what other people need. I'm in service. Mm. You have to be the channel for spirit. Channel. The person you're dealing with, the person you're reading is not the channel. You are. That channel has to be kept clear. That channel has to be refurbished. That channel has to be re-encouraged every once in a while. It has to have things done to it every once in a while, just so the channel becomes a clear channel. A clear channel without being stuck or something clogged within the channel. So you need to take time for yourself. You need to take time to look and ask your guides. Explain to your guides. Don't get guide fixated in your life, because that'll cause you more fear. Because now the guide that you've been working with for many years has now vacated the premises. And now you don't have the guide that you're looking for. Oh my God, the guide's gone. The guide has left the building. Now I can't do mediumship. Or don't get fearful of something that you have in your office. Like you have something in your office and you got to read somewhere and you can't take that with you. Now you're afraid now that you might not get the readings that you produce in your office in public. So this is whole vibration. And when I taught class a while ago, I told people, I said, get a clear crystal. Get a clear crystal in your vibration. And keep it in your office where you meditate, where you read, where you connect to spirit, carry it to you within classes, keep it on your person when you're doing readings and connecting to spirit. So that's what the kind of energy you're putting into it. And you keep it in your office because that is where you read. That's where you have most of your energy. So when you go out away from your home, what you're doing is you're taking that crystal with you. That crystal is going to carry the energy of your office with you. It's going to carry the vibration of whatever you placed in it with you to wherever you're going. So you're going to be able to be comfortable with that because it's going to bring the energy that you already placed in it. Every crystal will carry the energy that you place in it. So by placing the energy of reading, of connecting to spirit, of working with spirit, you can carry that with you. Instead of carrying a whole bunch, oh, I got to carry my table, oh, I got to carry my chair, or I got to carry... No, you don't. You only have to carry that one little small crystal in your pocket. It'll get you and keep you comfortable with that vibration. But the thing of power of faith, the power of faith is strong in people's lives. I'm Catholic, Baptist, spiritualist. I got a lot of other stuff floating in the vibration around me. So I've had a lot of trainings within my life, but there's a lot of religious beliefs that I connected to. I really liked them. I liked the way they did that. I liked the way that produced itself. It wasn't really spiritualist, but it wasn't spiritualism, but it was actually a belief that I really liked. It connected to me. So I'm going to place that somewhere in my being because I liked it. Little true thing here is I am going to do I'm going to do a burning bowl ceremony here in Casadega on the 31st. The burning bowl ceremony is not spiritualist. It is more of unity. Unity has burning bowls, more of a Christian situation going on here. Not really spiritualism, but I have taken the burning bowl ceremony and made it more of a spiritual ceremony. So I made it more of my own, but I took from the Unity burning bowl service. So I'm not saying that you can't take religious situations here from the vibration around you, but when you produce it within your vibration, make sure it fits you. It fits the vibration for you. Design it the way you would like to use it in your own life. It doesn't have to be exactly the way you learned it in your life. Take pieces, parts of it, the vibration of it, and make it yours. Make it your connection, not somebody else's. You're not going to read just like somebody else. You're not going to work like somebody else. You're going to work exactly the way you work. So find that passion with your mediumship. And you want to let go of fear, then start learning about mediumship, learning about different forms of mediumship. Don't get stuck in a situation that, Lewis, I'm only going to learn mediumistic. I'm just going to talk to dead people. I'm not going to learn anything else, but that's it, dead people. Well, you're going to have people in situations come in your life that might need you to crest over or kind of skirt over a little bit to a psychic connection, vibration. Not really mediumistic, but more of a psychic. So you should have some kind of understanding of how psychic readings work. At least have it in there. Place it on a shelf. You remember, you have a whole shelf of books behind you. It's what you put on the shelf. It's what you place there. It's what you get to use. What you place in here. Now, some of the older spiritualists that actually were in this work and did trance, some of them were illiterate. They didn't have a lot of training in that, but they could talk in different languages, different vibrations, and spirit worked through them. Yes, but a lot of the times with mediumship, if you have it in your vibration, if you have it in there, they're going to use the symbols of that mediumship to connect you to the spirit world. The symbols of teacup readings, the symbols of tarot cards, the symbols of these things. Once you get them into your mind, then spirit can actually use them to actually use them as symbols for your readings, for your connection to the spirit world. So that's why you have to set your ABCs of your readings, your ABCs of your psychic alphabet. Figure out exactly what things mean to you. But letting go of the fear that you're going to be wrong, letting go of fear that you've got something attached to you, fear that you're traveling in the wrong place in the spirit world, fear that you didn't get enough training to do your mediumship, fear of this stuff. You have to allow that to go because you'll never get far in this work. You'll never get too far in this work if you're afraid. Every time I go up on stage, every time I go up before a great big large audience, I'm a little nervous getting up there. Not because I'm nervous about the mediumship. I'm nervous about speaking in front of all those people. So I have to get past that vibration, past that situation first. So I'm really good at not being afraid. But when I first started this work and there was 100, 150 people in the audience, I was scared. I wasn't scared of the mediumship. I was scared of speaking in front of them. So I learned over the years of doing it that I don't really have that fear anymore. Don't really have that connection of having fear anymore. But the question here is you have to work at it. Work at it. Not constantly work at it, but be able to work at it and find your connection to this vibration. The connection to your mind. Spirit is above you. Spirit works through you, pulls the energy from the individual, from their guides, their protectors, to the spirit world. The spirit works through you, and you give through the messages through a clear channel. So you're almost like a pyramid here of energy going up to you, to them, back up. It's like a pyramid. And what happens here is you are producing that energy towards the individual through a clear channel. So that's why you redo it, reset it. But understanding your faith, your power of faith, has a lot to do with your mediumship. It has a lot to do with it. It's how you produce your mediumship. It's how you propel it in the vibration. And on top of that, it's also the teachers that you come in contact with that teach you your mediumship. They're going to have an effect on your mediumship. They're going to have an effect on how you do mediumship. So you have to not be wise about who's teaching you or who's instructing you, but have a true understanding that not everything the teacher says is gospel. Could be gospel for them because they learned it that way, but parts of it could be gospel for you, but not the whole vibration. So take what you need and place it in your being. You don't want to be just, Lewis, I'm just doing mediumship. But what else can you do? What else do you understand how to do? It doesn't mean you do that, but what else do you understand how to do? I understand I Ching. I understand tarot. I understand crystal readings, light readings. I understand different forms of different types of reading teacups, creamer readings, all kinds of other things, rope readings. We do ribbon readings, different things I do. I have a good understanding of a lot of them, really good understanding, because I've done them for a lot of years in my life. So I have a really good understanding. So all that information, all that vibration is in here. So if I see a certain color ribbon, a certain I Ching coin, a certain tarot card, I know exactly what that means. I know what it means. I know what the connection to that meaning is to you. So there's a way of spirit working, a way of spirit connecting to that set of consciousness, that set of vibration with you. It's through everything that you've placed in your vibration, through your faith, through your fear, through the things in your life. You have to reorganize that, reset the vibration. We're not going to totally get rid of fear. We're not going to totally get rid of letting go of every bit of fear within our life. We're not going to do that. We're always going to have a little bit of fear every once in a while in our lives. It's going to creep in. It's going to creep in. We just have to be there to close the door on it, to shut the door. Don't allow it to creep into our vibration. So that's what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to have that vibration within your life, to allow that to move, to close the door. You don't want to be doing mediumship 10, 20, 30, 40 years and still have this massive amount of fear in your vibration of what's being attached into your auric field, what's being here, what's being set. Most people that do this work, most people that are going to do this work and connect to spirit are going to be the people that actually want to know for themselves. They want to know their higher self, want to know they're on the right path, want to know who's in their life is good for them, what they're doing is fine for them. They want to know a little bit of information, and that's what they want to connect to. They're not going to go out in public work and do all this other public work and everything else. They just want to connect to the higher vibration, their guides, so their guides can help them. But it's that fear of trying to connect to something that you go, oh my God, Lou, what if I connect to so-and-so? What if I do this and what if I do that? Remember, if your first thought when you start to do mediumship is, oh my God, Lou, what if I connect to this? You need to stop. You need to stop, set your vibration, reset, reboot before you take off again. Because once you start having that doubt, that vibration of doubt within your auric field as you head into the spirit world, if you believe that you're going to attract something and, oh my God, Lou, what if I attract that? It's just going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. What happens is your mind has gone there. It has not gone anywhere else. It has gone there. And when you allow it to go there, it will attract and it will pick up whatever's in that direction. Now, if you need to say a prayer, you need to pat yourself on the back, you need to throw a rock over your shoulder, you need to douse yourself with sea salt, awesome. But find whatever gets you to the spirit world without having fear of something attaching or working on your vibrations. Remember, 15 guides follow you. 10 to 15 follow you throughout your life. Those guides are your protectors, your message bearers, your gatekeepers, your physicians, the people that have your best interest at heart. They are standing in circle with you, and they are with you. So they are the ones that will propel you to where you need to be. They will get you very extremely protected. If you're going to do the work, they're not going to allow somebody to attach onto you and destroy you because you went and did the work. They're going to protect you as you do the work. They're going to protect the channel. They're going to protect the vibration of the person doing the work. So, but it's only when we get in that position in our lives to think, oh my God, Lou, oh Jesus, oh no, it's not what is here. You have to give orders. You have to tell your guides what you expect. You have to set the vibration. You have to set the energy. When I was teaching seances and teaching mediumship as far as connecting to physical mediumship, what I tell people, it is the presenter, the person who is doing the class, the person who's taking the class, doing everything. They are the persons that protect the room. They protect the room. Not the person coming in or not the person coming in for a reading. It is the person who is actually giving the reading is the one protecting the room. I can't trust that somebody enters my office and they're going to protect my space for me. I need to protect the space myself. That's why saying whatever prayer you need to do whatever you personally need to do. But in turn, that's going to set the energy within the space. It'll set it. It'll set the vibration. It'll set the energy. So set that. And know that you're protected. Know that you're quite protected. I wanted to teach this class today because I wanted people to let go of fear. Let go of the vibration of fear. I have so many people in classes and things that I teach around that people say, oh, so what if I attach something? What if something gets hold of me? What if I go in my dream and something happens? And bum, 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 and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And I keep telling myself, if you put your mind there, if that's where your thought is, there's a very good possibility you're going to drive by that part of town. You're going to be in that vibration, in that part of town. That's where you're placing your energy field. That's where you're placing the vibration. And still, if you have that faith within your life that you go, Lewis, this is what we believe in our religion, then that belief in that religion, that belief in that faith that you have, then that could change your direction and where your mediumship is. It will just change directions. I have people that are friends of mine that are within the Christian religion and very much Baptist, Christian religious, but they are people that give readings. They are people that prophesize. Prophesization is what we do. I just don't put Jesus in every 5 or 6 letters, but we prophesize energy from spirit, from God, from faith. So the question is where is your faith? Where is the vibration that you have in your life today? Not what you had years ago. Where are you today? Where is your vibration this minute? Where is it right now? You're not the same person you were when you were 10. You're not the same person probably when you were 20 or 28 or 36. You're not the same person. You're not the same vibration. Things have happened in your life and put you to another situation within your life. What is your faith today? What do you believe today? That's why I tell people, sit down and have a come to connection meeting with yourself. What do you believe today? What has been taught to you that you personally believe today? And if that works for you, place that on the shelf and place it there. But if that is kind of outdated, it doesn't really connect to you anymore, speak to your guides and tell them to move it away. Tell them to move this, to change this, to redo this, to reset this. That's what you need to do, because you don't have to keep the boxes, dragging the boxes year after year after year behind you. Just because it was some kind of faith or some kind of connection 20 years ago. It's not there anymore. It doesn't fit the vibration. You could have taken classes in mediumship, and all of a sudden you have this belief, but now that you've learned something different, it doesn't quite fit the belief that you've had before. It doesn't fit what was taught to you before. Don't try to make sense of what was taught to you before, because that could have been for somebody else in the class. Might not have been for you. Now you've attracted the information that you truly need to work with your vibration, not that. So let it go. Let that go and move on to that different vibration. Allow your faith that you will be safe, your faith that you will be connected, faith that you are a spiritual being, faith, whatever that faith is. And it still comes down to the fear of the situations, the fear of the unknown. I had a client one time want me to go, and she kept telling me, Lewis, you need to come to my house. I said, really? What's in your house? What do you want me to come there for? Oh, I got a person running through my house as a spirit. I said, what's the spirit doing? She goes, oh, it's running around the house with knives. It's trying to cut people. I got cuts in my arm from the spirit running around the house with knives. I said, these knives physical or spiritual? She goes, oh, they're physical. These knives are moving. I said, really? And she said, I need you to come over and get this spirit out. Now, come to connection here. Here I am in my safe house. This person wants me to go to her house, where she has attracted something that can pick up butcher knives and run through the house and cut people. And I'm going to go there to try to get rid of the spirit that she attracted and put myself in that vibration. Oh, God, no. No. It's not what I do. Because now, if I go there, now I've placed myself in that energy. I've placed myself there. Now it becomes part of my vibration. Now I have to deal with it. I have to connect to it. That's why I always explain to people, you go to classes, you take classes, you work classes, you enter the door, walk in, check out the people that are there, check out the vibration, make sure you're comfortable with the energy that's within that class. Make sure you're comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, then stay in the class. But if you try to get in the class, someone's yelling at you, it's just not working, it's just not fitting, probably not your class, not your vibration. Spirit's trying to keep you away from it. So look at how the class is working, how the vibration is working for you when you attend these classes, when you attend the vibration. Because you've got to remember what I said here. It is the vibration of the people in the class, but it is the presenter who puts on the class that protects the space. If the presenter does not protect the space the way it should be protected, then other people that enter the space will cause negative energy. My grandfather taught me that years ago with a sweat lodge. Before you entered the sacred circle, you got smudged with sage. Your energy got cleared. You left your belongings out, away from the sweat lodge. You would carry a towel, something with you. You would cover yourself with a towel or whatever you had them over, but you would leave your earthly possessions in the tent or the room outside the circle. You would not bring it into the circle. You would only bring yourself. And you would get smudged, and you would have the sage, then you'd be able to enter the sweat lodge. Enter it. Take that understanding to you when you're looking at your mediumship. When you're the medium, all you have to work with is your vibration. Not all these crystals and stones and special crucifixes and God knows what else. That is all earthly stuff. It's all earthly vibration. You can put trust in it. You can put all this beautiful trust in that situation. But really, you come to Spirit completely you. And whatever you use to smudge yourself with before you go into your sacred space, what do you use? Prayer? Some kind of saying? Do you really actually take sage and blow sage all over yourself? You throw sea salt? Take a sea salt bath? What do you personally do with your mediumship when you enter that sacred circle? Because mediumship to me is very sacred. It's that sacred communication with Spirit, with God, my higher self. It's a sacred communication. It's a vibration of me talking to Spirit, me having that conversation with the spirit world. Very sacred to me. So every time I enter the spirit circle, or the spiritual circle, I have allowed myself to be this clear channel for Spirit. And knowing that I have let go of fear, because nothing in the spirit world scares me. Nothing. Doesn't scare me at all. Because the question is Spirit is going to protect you. If you are chosen to do this work, they will protect you and guide you and bring you to that connection within your life. They will protect you. They will connect you to a higher sense of consciousness. Remember that. So, you're protected. So the clothes, the vibration, all the tools, all the stuff you use, is just to get you out of the way. Think of tarot cards as a big cap full of Drano. All they do is to clear the drain. They clear the channel. They clear the vibration. They're allowing you to do something with your hands while you clear the vibration so you can speak. That's all tools are doing. They're clearing the vibration or clearing the channel. They're clearing the vibration for you. But adjust the power of your faith. How much faith do you have in your mediumship? How much faith do you have in it? What do you have in the vibration? How do you have faith in your connection? Do you have faith in your vibration? If you sit in a reading and you're doubting every second that you're doing a reading, going, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to write, I don't know, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You're going to be, oh my God, because now you're just feeding that energy and bringing the energy down and not connecting to spirit. Allowing your guides to work with you and work with the vibration with you. As I think I've taught this in other classes, the 3 different things. You get 3 things, one thing, it don't matter, 3 things, and figure out what they mean to you. How do they connect to you? How do they vibrationally mean to you? When I do the ribbon readings Sunday, somebody's going to pick 4 ribbons from this ribbon ring that I do. And from those 4 ribbons, I will read them. I will give them a reading from the colored ribbons, the type of ribbon that they pick. Do that. Because the ribbons have a meaning, have a connection. You pick them for a reason. You pick them for a reason. You pick the vibration for a reason. So remember that. When you start seeing things appearing in your life, there's a reason they're there. There might be, you might say, well, I don't really need them. But there's a reason why they've appeared. They aren't just haphazardly thrown in your vibration. There's a reason things appear. There's a reason. So you have to ask yourself, okay, that's here. Why? Why has that arrived? And remember, that's just the whole thing. The power of faith is could change your life because of where you are and what you personally believe. If that's the case, then allow it to change your life. But it should change your life for the better. It should not change it for the worse, but for the better. It should bring you to a higher sense of consciousness, not drag you down or make you feel like you aren't worth, you fall short of the glory of God. I was always told that when I was a kid by my father, that I fall short of the glory of God because I talked to spirit. Never felt short of the glory of God. I am communicating with God. So the question here, too, is allowing yourself to believe in yourself enough to allow yourself to get rid of fear, letting it go. Whether you let it go in your mediumship work or your personal life and your situations. If you're afraid people are not going to talk to you, if you have that fear that you're going to get divorced and your person in your life is going to leave you, and you keep feeding that fear, you keep feeding that vibration, then all of a sudden the person leaves you and you go, why'd they leave me? You were busy telling everything in your life that this person is going to leave. Many years ago, my wife had heart surgery, and we had a lot of bills with heart surgery, and I was working 3 jobs, and I had this fear of not having enough money. Fear of it. I was, oh my God, I had fear with that. But not until I got rid of the fear, until I got down to 1 job, the bills got paid off. But I had to let go of the fear of attracting that money. The fear of it. Because I was so afraid that I wasn't going to get it, that I was chasing it away, I was not bringing it to me. Same thing with mediumship. If you're so fearful of the mediumship, you're not going to bring it to you, you're just going to chase it away. You're just going to move it away from you. But I hope that helped some of you today and helped you and encouraged you today. Remember, next week and the week after next, it falls the 24th and the 31st. We're not going to have the conference call. It won't happen again till the first Thursday of January. So that'll be my next class. It's on my website. I'll post it on Facebook. That'll be the next class that we will do. The next 2 classes, we're not having them. So remember that. So you tune in here next on the 24th. You're probably not going to see me. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you learned something from your mediumship and learned something from how to connect to spirit. But I'm hoping that I shared enough information that you can change your vibration within your life and gets you to be that perfect channel for spirit and that perfect channel for your higher self and for your journey on this earth plane. And I'm